if you're the type of person who continually lets yourself down and you are beginning to get just a tiny bit pissed off with it, this is the video for you. But before we get into it, if you're watching this video and you haven't already subscribed to my channel, why is this? Hit the subscribe button right now and let's get that sorted. So, cool. Let's get into it. I'm going to hazard a guess that you are probably the type of person who professes to all that will listen that you are someone who doesn't do what they say that you would do. You are someone who can't stick to a plan for longer than a couple of weeks before I fall off the wagon. I am the type of person who can't lose weight. I can't go to the gym. I can't eat healthy. I can't stop snacking. Every time the weekend comes around, the wheels fall off for me without question. Of course they do. Why would you expect anything different to happen if that's the standard that you have set for yourself? Remember, we've spoke about this a whole bunch of times. Your ego, your subconscious, is always paying attention to everything that you tell it. So if you continue with these negative thought processes, if you continue to tell yourself that you can't do X, Y, and Z, or you continue to say, I am the type of person who can't do this. I can't stick to a plan for more than 2 weeks. I can't follow a fitness program for more than 3 weeks. Whenever things start going well for me, I always self-sabotage and there's nothing that I can do about it. All of this negative self-talk, your subconscious has a pen and paper and is taking notes. It's remembering everything that you say, and then it is programming your behavior in line with what you have told your subconscious. You are programming yourself to be someone who doesn't do what they said that they would do. And one of the biggest issues when it comes to this is the more you tell yourself this, the deeper this program goes. Every single time you brush yourself off, you dust yourself down and you start again with tons of willpower and tons of motivation and everything's fucking great. The more times you do this, the less effort, the less effort you will put into each program. You are literally deciding your own future based on your past influence and experience. You are basing the way that you behave on the way that you have behaved. And if you always behave the way that you have behaved, you will always get what you've got now. This is why, and it's part of this video, is to help give you some actionable advice, to give you some tools and give you some processes, very similar to the daily process that I help implement into my one-to-one client's life. Because our life, the quality of our life and our future are based on our daily processes. They're based on the strength of our daily habits. If you've got shit habits, if you've got lazy habits, you will never get what you want. So in order for us to start to change that story, because remember, your life is based on a story. It's the story that you've been telling yourself, some of you for 10, 15, 20 years. Some of you have been struggling with your sense of self. Some of you have been struggling with this label that you've given yourself for years and years and years. And the only way that we are ever going to move past this story is if we get it out into the open, if we bring it into reality, if we get it out of our brain and down onto paper. So one of the processes that I use with clients is I tell them to get a pen and get a piece of paper. That I actually have a Limitless Life daily planner, a daily journal. I'm going to put the link in the description below. It's very, very cheap and it'll change your fucking life. I get them to get a pen and I get a piece of paper and I get them to write down the story. I get them to ask themselves better questions. I get them to write down, I can't lose weight. Is that true? Do you know that to be true? What evidence do you have to support this? Right, great. Now the story is out there. We can start to question it. We can start to look at it. We can start to examine it. Because when we examine it, we can pick holes in it and we can solidify in our own mind that it's just a story. Only then can we change that story moving forward. Only then can we insert a new program, a new software update so that you start thinking differently. Because remember, when you think differently, you act differently. When you act differently, you have a completely different result. So this is just one of the processes that I use with my one-to-one clients. It's insanely powerful. There's something magical about getting a piece of paper, getting a pen, and writing things down. The blood moves in a different way inside of the brain, and things happen. We actually know there is research to support. If you think about something, you might do it. If you think about something and write it down, the chances of you doing it goes through the fucking roof. If you think about something, if you write it down, if you tell other people, then you are pretty much going to do it. And the fourth one, the big one, if you think about it, if you write it down, if you tell other people and then teach other people how to do this, your chances of success dramatically rise. That's why a pen and a piece of paper is one of the first things that I use before we pick up any weights, before we look at any food. We look at the story. We examine your mindset. That's why the work that I do with clients is very, very different to just your average fitness program. It's insanely powerful. It's life-changing. But the only way that it's ever going to happen is if you put your hand in the air, you take responsibility for the story that you've been telling, and then we can start looking at changing it. If this is something which you've had enough of, if you're fed up of letting yourself down, if you're fed up of talking a good game, if you're fed up of never seeing things through, and you've arrived at the decision that you think that maybe I can help you with this, I would love to have a conversation with you about exactly what you need and how I can change your life by implementing some solid routine, some solid structure, and some solid ritual to your day. Implementing some solid daily habits, implementing something which is going to serve you for the rest of your life. Remember, everything that you've been telling yourself is a story. A binge eater, you're not, it's a story. A stress eater, you're not, it's a story. You can't lose weight, you can, it's a story. And it's only when we identify the story that we can change the story. So I would be really, really interested to know, if you put it in the comments below, what is your story? What is your limiting belief which is keeping you stuck feeling the way that you do? Let's get it out into the open together and let's see if we can do something about it. If you want to take things further with me, I'm going to put my WhatsApp number down below. It's my WhatsApp number. You will be talking directly to me. I don't have anybody working for me. I don't have other coaches. I don't have staff. Any conversations that you have are directly with me. I would love the chance to change your life. Have a good day.